Hello and welcome to National Focus for Friday, February 21, 2025. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, opposition called out for seeking to distort reality regarding United Airlines agreement. A renewed call to increase destination marketing. And warnings issued on flu and gastritis outbreak. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. Minister for Tourism Honorable Denise Charles Pemberton has addressed public comments regarding Dominica's agreement with United Airlines and the airline's new direct flight into the country. In a statement released on Thursday, Honorable Charles Pemberton described the comments as unfortunate but predictable as they diminish another significant national milestone. She says the comments were an attempt to distort reality and a display of ignorance about the aviation industry.
For decades, destinations across the Caribbean and the world have used revenue guarantees and similar arrangements to attract international carriers. This is not some grand conspiracy. It is a standard, globally accepted practice in aviation development.
The arrival of United Airlines in Dominica is a milestone that government has been working towards.
It signals confidence in our tourism product and expands direct connectivity for our people and visitors. Agreements of this nature are common among nations that recognize the value of long-term strategic investment. The very countries he seeks to compare us to, whether Antigua, St. Lucia, or Barbados, have all utilized similar agreements to build their airlift capacity. To pretend otherwise is to embrace either ignorance or dishonesty.
Government remains committed to the development of the tourism sector and its infrastructure.
While he fixates on outdated statistics and conveniently ignores the massive strides Dominica has made in tourism, infrastructure, and economic expansion, this government remains focused on delivering results. The opposition scoffs at our vision of 500,000 stayover visitors. But that is because they do not understand ambition. They do not understand that great nations do not set small goals. This is a government that dreams big and works even harder to make those dreams a reality.
Honorable Charles Pemberton added that the arrival of direct flights with United Airlines is just the beginning of numerous development plans in the ministry.
Our tourism strategy is not about securing one flight. It is about positioning Dominica for sustained growth, ensuring that we remain competitive in a dynamic global environment. We will not be distracted by those who stand on the sidelines, bad-mouthing the country they claim to want to lead. Instead, we will continue building, developing, and opening doors for Dominicans to thrive. This government remains steadfast in its commitment to progress. We'll continue to soar, and as Dominica rises, history will remember who stood in the way of progress and who propelled this nation forward.
Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has addressed questions pertaining to ways in which United Airlines non-stop flights into Dominica can be profitable. The Prime Minister believes if certain measures are implemented, the airline does not have to make the return trip empty.
Where we have to focus on in the country is on customer service, the quality of the experience of the tourists. That is what's going to multiply. Because, yes, I agree full-heartedly that we have to increase our marketing. We have to increase our presence in the marketplace. I believe that, and Minister and I spoke about this last week, about even within the Caribbean, that there are a lot of people in the Caribbean who would love to come to Dominica and to relax and so on. So we need to increase our marketing footprint in the Caribbean while we have these direct flights from the United States of America. And we people to do that. But at the end of the day, when the people come, that's what makes a difference. Because people will go back to say, well, they had a wonderful time in Dominica, and I went to this restaurant, and I met this taxi man. If a taxi man is picking you up, and all they're talking about is internecine domestic politics, and not knowing who you're speaking to and what purpose the person is going to come to, rather than telling the person how beautiful Dominica is and what they can see, and he's offering services to take him to Titu Gorge, and he's taking him to Purple Turtle, and he's taking him to Calago territory, and he's engaging himself in foolishness, then who's going to lose out? All of us are going to lose out, especially this taxi man who rely on this tourist coming in for his daily bread.
The Prime Minister says while government is doing its part to create the enabling environment, stakeholders should do their part.
I spoke about the extension of the runway. We were harshly criticized for it. Even myself, it took me some time to make a decision because I know as Prime Minister we owing people, and here it is that I had to spend $30+ million to extend the runway while I'm building an international airport. And then after this, when I approved this, and then the committee, the Prime Minister, well, we have to do the grooving, and the grooving will cost about $1.7 million US and so on, or whatever it is. And I said, but I'm owing people. I have to pay these people. I have to pay this. I have to pay that.
The Prime Minister believes decisions taken so far to facilitate airlines like United have been the right ones.
If I am told that United will only come if we extend the runway, and we will see fewer cancellations by American if we do the grooving, what do you do as Prime Minister? You understand? I could have made a decision not to do this, pay the people we owe, give the Minister of Tourism the $40 million for marketing, but the planes won't come.
The Ministry of Health is sounding a note of caution as there is an outbreak of flu and gastritis on the island. The Health Promotion Unit has been engaging the local media in an effort to promote personal responsibility.
Over the years, what we have seen is that this flu, the strain of this flu, has become much stronger, right? We also know that we have a lot more people who have susceptibilities or have weakened systems. So for instance, persons with the NCDs like diabetes and high blood pressure and asthma and cancers, and even infectious ones like HIV are more at risk to have complications of this flu. So, you know what? We should be doing the preventative measures. We should be doing it all the time. So, yes, what are these? Hand washing or hand hygiene. We need to wash our hands, not only when it's visibly dirty, right? But especially when we do certain activities. We handle money, we go to the washroom, we go out in the public, we handle doors and phones and whatever. And these are frequently touched areas. We do not know what happens behind the scene. We do not know if the person who handled the $5 just before us used the $5 to sneeze. We do not know if someone who just came from the washroom handled the doorknob and did not wash their hands. So, for our protection, we need to wash our hands.
Alcohol or any alcohol-based hand sanitizers can be used where there is no water available. On the other hand, gastroenteritis is a bacterial infection in the lining of the stomach which causes diarrhea and vomiting.
A lot of times we can say safely that a person may have a gastro or GE when they have had 3 watery stools, right, consecutively over a time. Okay? So, if we are having gastroenteritis, and that is vomiting and diarrhea, most times most people just have the diarrhea, it means that we are losing fluids, right? It means that the body is losing fluids, so it's losing water, and it's losing minerals and vitamins that we need. Because what is happening, the body is responding to it. The body is saying there's a bacteria inside me that is not good, and I need to get rid of it. So the main thing the body does is try to excrete the bacteria from the body. So it does not absorb those things, right? So the water part, where it would have absorbed in the intestines and all of that, that does not happen. It just keeps coming out, and we also lose our other things, minerals and vitamins like glucose and potassium and those types of things.
She recommends those affected get rehydrated to replace the lost fluid. A glass of fluid such as coconut water or homemade oral rehydration salts could be helpful. The Climate Classrooms initiative, in partnership with Boombox Dominica, has made a presentation of irrigation systems to the Northeast Comprehensive School.
This event represents the culmination of an incredible partnership between the school, Boombox Dominica, and our project team, as well as Multiverse Games Inc., all working together towards a shared vision, improving educational opportunities and creating a more sustainable future for our youth here in Dominica.
This initiative is part of a broader effort known as the Amplifying Rural and Indigenous Youth Voices on Climate Justice in the Caribbean project.
Over 2 weeks, the Climate Classrooms initiative visited 11 schools in the Kalinago territory, including the Northeast Comprehensive School, to deliver engaging presentations to groups ranging from kindergarten to secondary school students. The topics covered included human rights, climate justice, and environmental protection. At its core, this project is based on the understanding that youth play a critical role in driving change and fostering resilience in our communities. By equipping young people with knowledge about climate justice and human rights, we empower them to become advocates, ensuring their voices are heard and their perspectives are included in larger discussions on sustainability and environmental issues.
The installation of the irrigation system is expected to enhance the agricultural programs at the Northeast Comprehensive School.
To the students of the Northeast Comprehensive School, I want to emphasize that you are the true beneficiaries of this project. The irrigation system is more than just an infrastructure improvement. It is a vital tool for your academic and personal growth. With this new system, you now have the opportunity to explore agriculture through a sustainable lens, building on practical skills while contributing to a more environmentally conscious future.
Northeast Comprehensive is the recipient of the 2024 Award for Outstanding Secondary School in Agricultural Science from the Ministry of Agriculture.
We sincerely thank the Open Societies Foundation through the Climate Classroom Initiative for donating a state-of-the-art irrigation system which is facilitated by Boombox Garden Center. Thank you. This generous donation will assist our young students, especially our indigenous learners, to utilize such resources and become advocates for climate justice and sustainable agricultural practices. This initiative will truly make a difference for Northeast Comprehensive and our students as we embrace our mission of the holistic development of NECS students.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has set aside suggestions regarding hiring a foreign police chief to replace Acting Chief of Police Davidson Valerie once his tenure ends later this year.
I believe for now, within the police force, we do have capacity. That I believe that we would be able to locate or identify someone to serve as police chief in that position. What I believe that we would do is to have some technical support from some experts from overseas to assist us with training, especially at the higher levels of the police force, and at the sergeant, and inspector, and the ASP level, so that people can have better skills and knowledge of the evolution in crime fighting.
He says the police force should be equipped to analyze data and intelligence and to better manage resources.
So we'll be looking at engaging some outside people to assist in the training and capacity building efforts within the police force. But as it is now, there's no discussion on this about a foreign police chief, and therefore no decision has been taken on the issue of recruiting a foreign police chief.
That's news. Now your weather update. A high-pressure system is expected to result in a relative reduction in moisture levels across the area during the day. However, moisture associated with a low-level trough is expected to result in cloudy skies with light to moderate scattered showers during the overnight period and into tomorrow morning. Residents in flood-prone areas or areas at risk of landslides and falling rocks should stay alert and take precautions during late tonight into tomorrow morning. The sea will remain moderate over the next 24 hours, with waves reaching up to 8 feet on the northern, eastern and southern coasts, up to 5 feet on the western coast. Waves are expected to gradually decrease to about 7 feet by tomorrow. A small craft advisory is in effect. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to be cautious and take steps to stay safe. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.